Okay, I haven't done anything today because I slept all morning.
Post-stem cells, I was a nap machine.
And then I've done the world's slowest editing this afternoon. I'm here with Abby, who's going to do something. This is the most exciting thing that's happened to me today. She's going to remove this stitch. Wait, let me come in here. This.
Not a hugely medical one for you today. We've got stitches out, wife visiting, and me eating a lot of food. So I will keep the intro brief and get on with it.
Focus, come on. Whatever that is. And she hasn't told me if it's going to hurt, so I have to pretend to be really manly about the whole thing. So, yeah, go on. What is it? Scalpel. This is a scalpel. Sorry, I'm aware this camera might be starting to get annoying for you. I had to bring it closer to refocus.
It's alright. Stop jumping around in your neck for no reason, really.
I need to cough. Don't cough with a scalpel. Thank you.
Like I died having a stitch removed, but I got it on camera.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was all very delicate, lots of fine movement, not quite as visually engaging and severe as I was kind of hoping. But it was part of the day, it was all part of the routine, part of the process of having that Hickman line. So I thought I'd capture it.
This is all very painless so far. This is good. Sorry, what are you actually cutting through? I'm not sure what it is. Oh, you got it.
There's one.
Hang on, let's see him. Hang on. Oh, look at that exciting stitch. Thank you very much.
Stitches, they're like plasticky,
but
so they're not cotton.
What was it? What was he even holding? Because the line is down there. So what's up here?
Yeah, so they like cut in here to sort of like help weed it through some.
Cool.
So yeah, you always have a stitch there, and then so that one comes out in 7 days, and then that one will be another fortnight.
I'm conscious that I had an egg mayo sandwich, and you're very close. I can only apologise. I should have had a mint.
I've been here for 12 hours, so I probably don't smell much better.
In a competition, the man who's been in his room for 6 days is going to lose.
Okay. Number 2.
There we go. Thanks very much. Okay, so there were a number of things. So you've got to stab me with a little thingy-majig, do the dressing and weigh me, yeah?
I'm going to do the dressing straight.
Okay.
So just got to stab you and you tell me I'm weighing now.
Then let's do the weigh. Okay. Thursday, 3rd of October, we are on day 8, 9. We're on day. So a couple of days after the stem cell now. I woke up today a little bit earlier, which is pretty good, actually. Not because I was horribly disturbed, although I did need to get up to wee, obviously, but because it's the first time I've woken up and not felt like half dead and like a zombie. So I actually woke up this morning and I wanted to turn the TV on, so I feel somewhat human. Now it's possible that the early start may end up coming to bite me in the bum later, and I may need to sleep later on, but as it stands, feeling pretty good. I've been delivered a bunch of obviously morning tablets, so I've had my morning antibiotics. What have I got in here? I've got paracetamol, acyclovir, I don't know, an anti-sickness, sinatazine, delicious phosphate drink. New this morning, which they're giving as a sort of prophylactic, is this one. I can't remember, they just told me, and I asked like 4 times what this is. Does it say it on it? No, it says Ranbaxy.
That's Fluconazole.
This is something that they've given me to do a thing.
I am terrible with drugs, always have been. I don't remember any of the names of them, and I don't really even remember what they do. I have spent the last 10 years relying on my wife to always keep me updated, and I generally have to ask her about 5 or 6 times. With some of these, though, I've carried on taking them for the last 4 months since I got out of hospital, so I'm becoming more familiar with them. So that is Fluconazole, that is an antifungal. Acyclovir is an antiviral, and dextrin, or cotrimoxazole, is the antibiotic. Some of the other stuff that I talk about there, I have no idea.
I'm so rubbish. I'm sorry, I can't remember. They literally told me like 3 minutes ago what it was. It's a prophylactic. What's it doing? Antifungal. That's it. Antifungal. So they asked if I've had a sore mouth or anything yet, which thankfully I've been really lucky. No ulcers, nothing. I feel like I'm horribly tempting fate by saying that. So I'm gonna smash down these 8 tiny tablets. Why I asked for apple juice in the morning, because this stuff tastes really bad and it's really powdery and horrible. So the apple juice makes it more palatable. My wife and child are coming in to see me later. They're staying up in an Airbnb, which is really cool. So yeah, excited. Looking forward to today, as much as one can when you are in one of these rooms. Strangely enough, small point, this door helps. Not hugely, I'm not going to say it's a big thing, but it's nice. When people design these rooms, those little features, they're nice. They're nice. Also, this room is always kept at a very comfortable temperature.
The room is temperature controlled, so it was always quite pleasant, and the air is circulated non-stop, and it's always filtered. So obviously designed to keep you safe and minimise any risk of infections.
Bladder scan. Let's go.
Bladder scans were every day, making sure you weren't retaining any fluid, any urine, because obviously potential damage to the bladder involved with all the HSCT process, and now that I didn't have a catheter, they were afraid I might still be keeping some on board. They don't take very long, like 5-8 minutes at absolute most, and the only issue with them is that if the person doing it is pretty liberal with all the jelly, you have to wipe quite a lot afterwards.
Third time's a charm, I always like.
Okay, good stuff.
Is that okay?
Smashing, yeah. How much is in there?
59.
Is that good or bad?
Oh, that's okay.
Cool.
I'm happy with that.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Anything over 600 mils.
Oh my lord! I didn't put any makeup on. Oh my god, do you want me to start again? I'll wait.
No, it's okay.
Are you sure?
It's okay.
You can't really tell in the footage, but that was loud. It was really, really loud.
Something's happening. There's an alarm. It's very exciting.
Bumps.
And of course, the soothing sounds of a pump.
Okay, I'll let you know what's happening.
Go on. Well, it's fairly loud in here. It must be very loud out there.
Well, they've sat her outside there, and I think we really should get at this end.
Yeah.
Are you filming this?
I am. Oh, God. Okay, so we're going to try filming some B-roll of me taking pills. It's not easy. Okay, right, so I'm weird, and I do that noise. And I do drinks first, so
My wife is endlessly annoyed by the fact that when I take tablets, I do a drink first and then the tablets and then swallow. She tells me this is very strange, and she's been working in hospitals for more than 10 years. So tell me, please, how strange is it? Does anybody else do this as well?
hello, monkey. You look good in your gown. Looking good. You look so cool. Hello, young man. Come on, squirrel. I heard you.
I'm here to talk to you.
You're here to look after me. Well, hello, Dr. Charlie, or Nurse Charlie.
Hi.
Hello. I heard you coming down the hallway going, Daddy.
Medal for you. Winged by a snail.
Did you tell Daddy why he's got a medal?
Why have I got a medal?
To you.
why
And
did
the
you get
bestest one. He's getting the best man in the hospital.
Best man in the hospital.
Oh, you nice.
Beep, beep.
But why did you
Say
get
talk.
Hello there.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing?
Say hi.
Hi. Hi.
You come see Daddy.
Yeah. And I'm not Tony. I'm here to get after Daddy.
Well,
Oh, your daddy's nurse.
there we go. Thank you very much.
then.
Thank you for looking after me.
Oh, you say you're dressed for the part. Look at that.
Looking good. I like the gown.
It's pretty
You're
good.
looking good in the gown.
You look cool.
I used magic pen for that one.
Did you?
Yeah, I try it on my nose, it doesn't work. When I use the red on here.
I mentioned Buzz Lightyear in another video. If you have a quick look at him, I mentioned that my son had made him a little bit feminine. And if I zoom in, you can see that he gave Buzz Lightyear some nice lipstick.
I like your hat. I look fancy with my hat. It's almost like an admiral's hat, except it's for urine. Wife and child have come to visit me, which is very exciting. This is my favourite part of the day. There's the child down there. There he is. And we've decided that because my beard is ridiculous, we're going to shave it. So if I just give you an idea of what we're dealing with here.
What's shaving it?
Like, if you look, we're getting really close. Right, so you got this.
So the beard falls out, obviously, in the same way that your hair on your head falls out. I've spent the last sort of 16 years, 17 years doing my beard with clippers. Like, I just trim it off, so I try and leave a little bit of stubble. Because I used to do this because I used to be baby-faced. And now I'm old, that's not so much of a concern, but the habit has stayed. With the beard falling out and those bald patches, it was the smoothest my face has been since I was about 13.
Yeah, basically it's all coming out and I look ridiculous. It looks really, really, really bad. Like 13-year-old beard bad. Worse than that, in fact. And my son is singing Batman. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. They've brought me some cool stuff. I've got a new snail. Gave me a frog. Got a new t-shirt with the Millennium Falcon on it. They also brought me some food, which is a bit of a question mark whether I can have it. But I think it'll be fine. It was cooked insanely hot, and then they froze it really fast, and it's still frozen. So provided they nuke heat it this evening, I'm sure it'll be fine. It's macaroni cheese with bacon, so it's very exciting in terms of food.
I made purees and broccoli and cauliflower to get you some temperature.
My wife and mother-in-law got a little bit militant about the neutropenic diet, and I understand why. They were trying to do what was best for me. It's annoying for me, though, because my wife is generally an evidence-based practitioner. She really rates a lot in terms of studies and understanding the real medical benefits of certain processes. And she said herself that upon research, there was no clinical evidence that said the neutropenic diet made any difference in terms of infection control. But all the same, she was fervently following it anyway. There are some centres that don't do it at all. 4 months later, and I've broken most of the rules at this stage now, but there are some things that my wife won't let me do, so I still can't. She won't let me have fruit. I'm not allowed apples, not allowed nuts, that kind of thing. I'm giving it another 4 weeks before I break the embargo fully.
Good work, monkey. That's it. Scrub me. We really are scrubbing.
Space.
Comfort.
I like the
Tissue out of the way?
That's fine. No, that's right. That's amazing. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank you. Ah, yeah. Why would she put?
And then there was some very lengthy debate about whether or not the healthcares would cook this for me because it was brought in from home. I understand why, they don't want to get in trouble if anything comes in from home that's not good for me, blah, blah, blah. But in the end, it was only that very nice lady who, I can't remember her name, but she was so lovely. And she was the only one who I could ask to heat stuff up for me.
I'm going to eat all that. Literally all of it. Gone. Yeah. I don't know if I'm meant to have it really, but I need it.
Having proper food, proper hearty, really cheesy food was amazing. For someone anybody will tell you who's been in hospital for a while, being able to then have proper home-cooked food is a massive deal. And even though it was massive, and I am not a large man, I ate all of it.
End of day. What is the day? Thursday the 3rd of October, day 8, 9. The end of a day. Really nice to see my family. Woke up really zippy this morning, kind of flagged and had a nap. What has changed today is that I'm starting to get what I assume is a steroid appetite, because I've barely eaten very much. I've eaten sort of just picked at food since I came in. Yeah, steroid appetite is real. I know I had this after Lemtrada. I didn't feel like quite so much of a downer as cyclophosphamide, so I ate a lot. And that is starting to happen now. So rather than just picking up food today, I've kind of gorged myself a little bit. Not on the hospital food, as I say, it's not bad, but nobody wants to eat a lot of it. I ate this much, every single mouthful, and then I wasn't full.
Exciting vlog of man listing food he has eaten.
So followed up by eating the pork sandwich they brought in, and then the apple strudel with custard, and I still wasn't full. So I had 2 bags of salt and vinegar crisps, and I still wasn't full.
I sound like the hungry caterpillar.
So I had a chocolate orange Rocky bar and a marshmallow square thing. I'm still not full. I could still eat, but I should stop. But I'm expecting this to probably keep ticking up, and for me to continue blazing. Wait, that doesn't include the 4 or 5 crackers I've also eaten as mini snacks in between the other snacks. The weight gain has been principally based on fluid. From now on, the weight gain will be based on the fact that I'm sat in a room for the entirety of a day, doing 0 exercise and eating all the food. But hey, it's a good thing. It's nice to like enjoy eating food again. Food still tastes funny. Things still smell weird. My wife came in earlier on. She was telling me how much she'd made this really, really lovely soup. It sounded very nice. Like a pepper, red pepper and onion, and there was garlic in this soup. I love garlic. But I could smell it on my wife. And she's a very nice smelling lady generally, but I could smell it on her. And it made me feel most queasy. And I had to make her eat mince. That's it. That's the end of the day. Interested to see. I think tomorrow will probably be more of the same. That's pretty much it. This is the game now. My bloods are bouncing around. Hemoglobin is down to flat 0. White blood cells are like down to 0. HP, I think it's HP.
I still don't fully understand what this means when they give me blood numbers. I think it means things are low, but in a way they expected.
HP, I think it's HP, is on 80 something, so I'm still bouncing around what you would need for a transplant. My wife thinks I'll end up having one because she thinks I look pale and pasty. And that's about it. That's all I can really update on for the time being. Oh no, I haven't taken this. This is, shit. Okay, this is my phosphates, potassium, I don't know, it's fizzy drink stuff. I'll drink this now. Yay. Might as well film it as I'm filming everything else.
Hear that fizz? That is good sound effects right there. I'm going to make use of that at some point. Listen out.
Oh, there were lumps. Oh. Finish there. Good night.
So that's it. This is where I think, looking at it, the vlog is going to start to become more samey. You know, there's nothing specific or individual they're really doing anymore. It's just me coping with the stuff they've already done. So I'm afraid there's complaining from here on in and not a lot of hugely medical stuff. I mean, if you consider that from a 2 to 3 day period that this vlog covers, the highlights were eating macaroni cheese, having a stitch out, take some pills. It's not big stuff at this stage. In the next one, I talk about the pills that I'm going to be taking. I try and cover them with a little bit more detail so you actually understand what they are, and so I try and remind myself what they are. And I talk through some information that the transplant nurse gave me. He brought some sort of leaflets and literature about like grants and things that are available to people who have had that treatment. So I will see you in the next one. Thank you very, very much for watching. I really appreciate it as ever. Comments down below, please let me know what you think. If there's any questions you want to ask, that kind of stuff. I'd really appreciate it if you give me a like and a subscribe. That'd be really, really brilliant. Thank you, and I will see you for the next one. I'm ringing. Ginny. Hello, monkey. Okay, cool. Right, well, I'm just filming something, Poppet. As soon as I've done that, I'll nip down and get Monopoly ready, and I'll put the kettle on for Mummy's coffee. Well, basically, Josie... So somebody came back later on and explained what had happened. The Josie? I mentioned Buzz Lightyear in another video. There he is. Look. Usually I've spent... Oh, you know... My wife and mother... My wife? I sound like... Hello? Hello? I sound like the hungry cat. Love you, monkey! Hear that fizz? Hear the fizz? I'm not really even into that line. My wife is endlessly annoyed by the... Oh, and we're raining. Quite heavily.